Would you make it the third quarter there? You guys had to come back from a little bit and then to extend it in the fourth.
Yeah, I thought we finished the game well. Fourth quarter, I thought we played really good basketball, especially defensively. And, that lid that was on the rim somehow broke. we were able to hit a couple of threes. My goodness, it seemed like a long time since we've made a couple in a game. But, I just thought, we kind of hung in there. Obviously, things weren't going that well. It's funny, at halftime, I always have the team write 3 things on the board, before we come in. So they have a chance to discuss it. And one of them was better shots. And I'm thinking to myself, we were getting great shots. I mean, our shot chart was, crowded right around the basket, but we weren't making them. And the second half, we did a much better job. I thought Philly was terrific tonight. Grace in the second half was really, really good. I thought Kennedy Williams played a good ball game for us tonight. We had a lot that came in and did well. Sarah Rambus as well. So this was a good win against a very game and fresh team.
Night for Philly, how important was she not only keeping you in the game as you struggled, but getting you ahead there in that third quarter?
Yeah, well, big. She played how many minutes tonight? So 30 tonight, 35 last night. That's a lot of minutes in a short period of time for someone of her size. And when she plays like that, we're a different team. I mean, we really are. But, yeah, she played really well tonight. She's got to continue to – every once in a while I call her Moses Malone. He made a Hall of Fame career off getting his own misses and his own miss and then his own miss again and padding them Hall of Fame stats. So, but she was really, really good. And I thought you guys defensively, I thought we did a really nice job tonight too.
2 games in less than 20 hours have anything to do with those early struggles?
Maybe. Actually, we started the game well, and then we just kind of, went into a dry spell. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's a quick turnaround. You don't get that very often, even in tournament play when you go to those 3 games in 3 days. And now the rest before Monday night's game is going to seem like forever, because it's still relatively early now, and they get tomorrow off by and large. I mean, we'll obviously practice and prepare. And then a good Southern team coming in here on Monday night. I know the record doesn't reflect it, but they've played the toughest schedule in the country. You look at the teams that they've played, a lot of money games, and they played us tough down there last year.
Good to see Chance knock a couple in there in the fourth.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, she needed that, and so did we. I mean, it's been a struggle from the 3-point line, and it was nice to see her hit a couple. Hopefully that'll propel for later games.
How's her range? Because, the shots she's taking there are pretty far outside because the zone they're playing past the 3-point line. You comfortable with that kind of range from her?
Yeah, she shot with her dad this morning, and then, and he was her high school coach. And then I noticed before the game she was upstairs shooting with Trey, one of my coaches, and that was pre-warm-up. So she's trying to get it done. And it was nice to see her rewarded with a couple of those going in today.
You brought up the defense. You held Morales scoring over 20 points a game to 10 points at 3-15 shooting. What was kind of the key for that?
Well, she was the focus. I mean, we didn't really have any time to prepare. We had a little walkthrough today for a half hour. But, yeah, we just felt like if we could keep her from having a big night, we would be fine. I didn't expect number 2. Is it Mia? To have the game she did. She's a really good player. And once she got hot, she was tough to stop. She was a bad matchup for us. But, yeah, I thought that was key. I thought we did a really good job on their point. So that was the focus.
Kind of like how you guys were able to do that on the short turnaround. Obviously, you didn't have a bunch of time to say, hey, here, her move. She likes to go here. Yeah, so that's one of the positives we'll take away. We have a really young team. You look out on that court, and a lot of the kids are getting meaningful time or are young, and they were able to make that adjustment just with watching some film and a little bit of shoot around. So that's a good sign for later on.
In the middle of the third quarter, it felt like Grace got every defensive rebound there for about 3 minutes, got out of transition. Can you kind of just talk about the spark she provided and the minutes she played there in that third?
Well, yeah, and we talked a little bit about that at halftime. Her and Chance combined for 2 points the first half, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe 4. And, and then to come out in the second half and get 31, they were just more aggressive. I think Grace got a little ticked off. She was, I just told her, you got to play like that both halves. We wouldn't have had to go down to the wire like we did. But, that happens. But, yeah, she was good. That second half was really good basketball.
On that topic, just what are the conversations like when you are struggling, when there is that lid on the basket? How do you keep their confidence high and tell them just keep not giving up?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get on them. I mean, they're trying to make the layups and those easy looks. I think sometimes they rush it. They get off balance. I think that's one of Philly's issues still. She gets off balance from time to time. None of us have ever been in that situation to be so much taller. And this, the smaller players, they have the leverage and they can push you in. Let's face it, sometimes referees, they don't give the tall kids the benefit of the doubt. I don't know how many high school games I've seen in my 38 years of coaching where I go clear cross country to see a player play, and she happens to be the tallest one on the team, and they call 3 quick fouls. And then I fly cross country and watch them play for about 12 minutes. I don't know. What was your question?
How do you keep their confidence
Oh.
when times are tough and you're struggling?
Yeah, you just got to keep encouraging them. It's the shots that we're getting. That's all I can concern myself with. And like I said, we were getting a lot of pretty good looks inside. We just weren't making them. Law of averages says they're going to make at some point.
And the game was pretty much close up until that fourth quarter when you guys kind of pulled away. How important was it for them to kind of figure it out at the end and be playing how they imagined they probably wanted to the entire game?
Yep. Yeah, it's been a struggle offensively for the last couple of weeks. That's just, I can't, I don't actually know why necessarily. And so, hopefully that fourth quarter will springboard us into a nice stretch, because we have 4 more games before Christmas break, before Pac-12. So we want to get be on a high note going into the Christmas break. So.
You said a couple days ago, Coach, you may tweak with the lineups even more with 3 games in 4 days. Do you like where the starting lineup was the last couple of days? You didn't see any more changes?
Yeah, I thought, we started the game well tonight. We were in that zone, and they were rebounding well and getting second chance points. Our half-court defense has actually been pretty good. If we took away transition baskets that the other team gets and second chance points, we're actually really defending well. Our zone has been good, but we're not rebounding well out of the zone when we go big. And so we had to kind of make an adjustment. We'll see. It might be a game-to-game kind of thing. But I like what Kennedy Williams has done off the bench for us the last couple of games, though. I think sometimes you have less pressure, and we haven't had a guard bench player. Think about it. We have no guard to come in off the bench, so this at least gives us an option to go to a guard. So I think maybe in the short term, this is what we'll stick with.